Imagine you are an engineer tasked with designing a supercomputer. This machine is incredibly powerful, consuming 20% of the system's entire energy supply, but it has a fatal flaw. It overheats easily, and if the temperature rises just a few degrees, the whole system shuts down permanently. You have just imagined the human body and the human brain. To keep this biological supercomputer from frying under the relentless ancient sun, evolution had to get creative. We stripped off our heavy fur coats to sweat and cool our bodies down, becoming the naked apes of the savanna. But right on top of our vulnerable, overheating brains, we kept a bizarre, thick patch of insulation. Why did we keep this highly specific furry helmet? And more mysteriously, why did it evolve into so many wildly different shapes, from dead straight to tightly coiled? The answer is a masterpiece of thermal engineering that modern science is only just beginning to understand. For decades, scientists looked at human hair as just a cosmetic leftover. But when you place different human hair types in thermal wind tunnels, a fascinating survival story emerges. Our ancestors were endurance runners, tracking prey for hours across scorching open landscapes. Sweating was our superpower, turning our bare skin into an evaporative cooling system. But the top of the head took the absolute worst of the solar radiation. If the scalp burns, the brain boils. So head hair acted as a built-in parasol. It blocked direct ultraviolet rays while allowing the sweat on the scalp to evaporate. However, as humans migrated out of the blazing savannas and into diverse climates, that built-in parasol had to adapt, which brings us to the astonishing mechanics of hair texture. Researchers recently discovered that tightly coiled hair is one of the most efficient natural cooling structures ever found in nature. Dense coils do not lie flat against the skin. Instead, they stack up, creating microscopic pockets of air. This lifts the protective canopy away from the scalp, blocking the sun's heat while allowing maximum airflow underneath. It is so efficient that modern aerospace engineers and synthetic material designers are currently studying the geometry of coiled human hair to invent better, more breathable thermal insulation for spacesuits and green buildings. The exact hair texture that people spend hours styling today was actually a prehistoric blueprint for advanced thermodynamics. By the way, what type of hair do you have, and how does it react when you travel to a wildly different climate? Drop a comment down below right now, because your personal experience is actually a live demonstration of human adaptation, and I love reading how different everyone's biology is. But evolution is rarely a straight line, and climate alone cannot explain the sheer variety of human crowns. As our ancestors moved into freezing tundras, humid rainforests, and high-altitude mountains, hair shifted again. Straight hair, which is remarkably common in East Asian and Indigenous American populations, tends to grow from perfectly round follicles. This structure allows natural oils to travel down the shaft easily, potentially helping to retain heat in freezing environments and creating a waterproof barrier against snow and ice. Meanwhile, wavy and curly hair grows from asymmetrical, oval-shaped follicles, bending and twisting as it forms. There is no single magic gene for curly or straight hair. Instead, your texture is a messy, beautiful symphony of dozens of overlapping genes interacting with your environment, population history, and pure genetic chance. This means your hair is not just a fashion accessory or a random biological accident. It is a living, growing archive of human survival. When you look in the mirror, you are seeing the thermal solutions, the migratory paths, and the cultural selections of thousands of generations of ancestors you will never meet. Over millennia, what started as a biological shield transformed into our most powerful canvas for personal identity, signaling everything from status and rebellion to faith and heritage. We took a survival tool and turned it into art. Thank you for exploring the deeper story of us here on Strange Origins. If you want to keep unraveling the hidden mysteries of the human body and the bizarre world around us, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next journey.